All right, good afternoon, folks. Good to see everybody today. It's time to have our COVID relief update. With us today, we have County Executive Mr. Van Dunner from Overton County Health and Rehab, Mr. Scott Stevens from the Overton County School System, Dr. Donnie Homan, Ms. Ann Stamps from Del Holland.
Yes, sir.
David Cox, Livingston Regional Hospital, Ms. Shannon Cantrell from the Overton Livingston Chamber of Commerce, and Mr. Andy Langford from Overton County Health Department. If you will, bow with me, we go to the Lord in prayer. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and all the many blessings. We thank you, Lord, for giving us another opportunity to come in here as a community, Lord, and make decisions and give advice that's in the best interest of our community and for our country. We're thankful, Lord, for our doctors and our scientists and our medical profession that has came up with the COVID-19 vaccine that has helped thousands and millions of people, Lord. We pray we're able to distribute it out as quickly as possible to the folks that are in it. Lord, we're mindful of the folks that we have lost due to COVID-19 and other diseases in this country. Lord, we pray that you put your healing hand around the family that have lost loved ones. We pray for our country, the men and women that serve in the military, that you will always hold them in the palm of thy hand, Lord, and protect them safe and sound. Lord, we ask you to forgive us of our sins. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Okay, the first we have up is Mr. Andy Langford, Overton County Health Department. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Mayor Hayes. I'm Andy Langford. I'm the Director of Overton County Health Department. I want to give a quick update of where we stand here in Overton County on our COVID vaccine, but also still remembering that COVID, we still are getting positive cases. They've dropped down quite a bit from where we were. We're making some good progress, but we need to keep that in mind. If you go back to February 4th, 2021, almost 2 months ago, we had at that time 2,657 total cases in Overton County. A month later, which would have been March 4th, we were at 2,855. So you can see that from February to March, we had about 200 new cases. Over that time period from March to April, where we are this last month, we're at now 2,932. We've seen an increase of 77 cases in Overton County over the past month. These are good trends that we like to see continuing with fewer and fewer cases on a monthly basis. We're sad to report also, there are still deaths occurring. We have had 3 deaths in Overton County in the past month for a total of 60 deaths since this COVID-19 pandemic started. Over the last 7 days, our average percent of positivity of people that have tested was about 10.6%. So what we've seen over the last 14 days going back is averaging about 2.5 to 3 new cases per day. If you remember where we were before and where we have been, this is a significant improvement. I just would like to remind everyone that we still are going to have to deal with this for several more months. We ask that people protect themselves, take measures as they need be to protect themselves and their families. We are still testing at the Overton County Health Department on Monday through Friday. You can come from 8:30 to 10:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays and get a nasal swab, a PRC test, which we send off and you get the results back within a day. On the other times, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you do a self-test kit. So one of the things we need to remember, we have a vaccine, but also it's going to be important that we continue to test people also to know how much of the COVID-19 is out there in the community and what we can do to control it as we see it go up and down. On a little bit better front as far as a little update on vaccine. I'm happy to report that here in Overton County now, every single person who would like to receive a vaccine is now eligible at the age group of 16 and over. We've gone through these different phases as we've been going here over the last 2 to 3 months. We're now at the point where in Overton County, with the amount of vaccine that we have out there available, that every single person who would like to receive a vaccine in the age group 16 and over is now eligible. We encourage and would like all people to take advantage of this. You can call the Overton County Health Department at 931-823-6260. We'll help you see about getting set up for appointments. Or you can go on to covid19.tn.gov and schedule an appointment online as well. We are giving vaccine every day from about 8:30 till about 3 or 3:30. We also have late clinics now. Every Tuesday morning, we are open beginning at 7 to 8 o'clock, and on Thursday evenings, we're staying 4:30 to 6:30. You can go in and make appointments online, like I mentioned, or you can call us and we'll help you schedule an appointment. We want to make sure we're doing everything we can to give everyone an opportunity to maybe get a vaccine around work or something else that you might have going on at that time. So far, we have given 7,749 vaccines in Overton County. I can report that about 21.65% of the Overton County population has received at least 1 dose. So of that, about 13.5% of the Overton County population has a series completion. When I say that, that's either 2 doses of Pfizer, Moderna, or the 1 dose of Johnson & Johnson. So we like to see these numbers continue to rise. We hope that people will realize you can now get a vaccine. It's easy, it's fast, it's safe. We'll get you in and out. You come through it in your car. You don't have to get out. It's not a hard registration process. And so we're happy that we're continuing to do this. And if you have more questions, we'd be happy to answer them at 931-823-6260. We also want to encourage, we know that there are several community partners that are giving the vaccine. And if you choose not to have it at the health department, please check and see with your physician, your pharmacy, or any other place in Overton County or the Upper Cumberland region. We're just going to see more and more people now starting to, more and more companies and businesses start to get involved in giving this vaccine. We don't want to get into a situation where we have vaccine glut. I know the weather is nice outside. The time period of flu and sickness for a lot of people is, over our minds. We're ready to move forward with this, but one of the easiest ways out of this, I tell you, to protect yourself and your family is just to get a vaccine. And they are available for everyone now, so we ask that you please take advantage. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Langford. Job well done as always, keeping us informed on the vaccine. Next, we will have Dr. Donnie Homan over to County Schools.
Thank you, Mayor Hayes. I'd like to say that, again, that I think this is a wonderful way that we have of giving information to the public and be giving out lots of pertinent information, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of that. The Overton County school system follows the state health department recommendations, and those are based upon the CDC guidelines. We're still following all of those, and I'd like to say that on behalf of the whole school system, I'd like to thank numerous people, for instance, the health department, for being so good to work with and for having this opportunity to come here and speak. I'd also like to thank all the parents for working with us so closely and being so cooperative on all of this throughout this whole endeavor that we've had to endure. At this point, I'd like to just mention our numbers, as I generally do for the school system. The numbers that I'm giving out at this time are for the whole district. At this time, we only have 24 students that are quarantined in the district, and 1 student that's positive. And then also, we have 1 teacher that's positive. We don't have any teachers quarantined or staff quarantined, and none of the staff is positive. So our numbers are still really good. Very thankful about that. I hope that our numbers continue to decrease. Along with that, though, even though our numbers are low, we are still following all the guidelines as we were even at the height of the pandemic, where we have the isolation minimum of 10 days, and with the 3 options, we're still abiding by all of those. It's just, like I said, luckily our numbers are down. Spectator events, we're still following the same guidance and the same guidelines that we always did. When I was here the last time, I mentioned that we were going to be planning some school trips, and I think those will be beginning here in the near future, especially for our lower grade students, our K2 students. They will be beginning a lot of these trips in April. And I would like to assure everyone that when we do take our children somewhere, we will be following all the guidelines that we require, and then any guidelines that the place that we attend that they require as well. So I was speaking to a group the other day, and I'm not sure if it was a group of teachers or principals or who it was, but the first priority that a parent wants to know about their child is safety. They want to know that their child is safe and taken care of. After that, the parent is fine with them being taught something, and that is the attitude that we have. The first priority of the school system is to make sure that all the students are safe in every way possible. Then after that, we'll do the best job we can teaching those students. I think that's really about all that I have. I just hope that our numbers do continue as they have, and once again, I want to thank everyone for all the support that everyone gives to the Overton County School System.
Thank you, Dr. Hunt. Thank you for the report. Next, we have with us Miss Ann Stamps from Bell Hollow Mental Health. Ms. Stamps.
Thank you, Mayor Hayes. I just wanted to update folks that we're going to begin seeing people in our office for face-to-face visits. There are COVID protocols in place. Folks will have to have their temperature checked. There's 4 screening questions that we ask. We will have social distancing. We'll be wiping down the chairs in the lobby, etc. We're going to keep that to a basic minimum if we can. Also, with the TennCare and Medicare waivers, we're still able to provide services over the telephone or through telehealth. Let me give you some numbers. First time appointments, 877-567-6051. Crisis services for adults, 1-800-704-2651. For our children and youth, 866-791-9223. The Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 1-800-273-8255. Also, just want to refresh everybody's memory regarding if you're uninsured, there are some potential resources for those folks through the state's Behavioral Health Safety Net. That's for adults as well as children. The children piece of that started last fall. There's also, we have been granted some money again through the state for COVID-19 behavioral health grant, and then we have an older adult care management program. So folks can call that first time appointment number at 877-567-6051 to see if you qualify for any of those programs if you are not insured. Also wanted to remind folks of the Tennessee Recovery Project, emotional recovery from COVID-19. It can be reached at 833-954-2424. This is a free service. They provide resources, short-term supportive counseling, referrals, and coping advice. This project is funded by FEMA, SAMHSA, and the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. One last thing, Just a couple healthy ways to cope with stress. COVID has increased that along with everything else that's kind of going on in the world. So just take breaks from watching or reading, listening to news stories. Just, you don't have to know absolutely everything. What you do want to be conscious of is information that is fact. So just make sure that whatever media outlet you're listening to, that you know that they're providing you factual information. Take care of yourself, exercise, eat right, get plenty of sleep, avoid excess of tobacco, alcohol, and other substances. Follow those routine measures that your PCP recommends for you to do. Try to relax, enjoy some activities. With this beautiful weather, we can all go outside and enjoy that and be sure that we're socially distant. Remember to connect with other people. That's important. We all need a social support system and connect with your community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Namsworth.
Thank you.
Next, we have Overton County Executive, Mr. Ben Dowd.
Thank you, Mayor. One thing I've learned from COVID, if you're gonna wash these masks, don't put a lot of fabric softener, because evidently I done that and I can't hardly breathe in this mask. So that's, if you're gonna reuse the mask, don't put a lot of fabric softener in it. But just like to ask everybody to get their vaccine. I've had my first shot, and as soon as my 28 days up, I'm gonna get my second shot. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your parents, your grandparents, somebody else's grandparents, so that you're protected and they are too. Thank Mayor Hayes for having this. It's good that we get the information out to everybody in the health department. Thank you all. You've worked for over a year now, and there's a lot of work that unless you went over there and been involved with it, you hadn't seen. I know it's a lot. You all had a lot going anyway. Then the state of Tennessee, and the federal government, and the county, and the city, we all put a lot on y'all. We appreciate everything that you all done, because nobody else, I don't think, could have been able to do it. But as far as COVID, the county offices are all open. We are asking you to wear a mask in. The convenience center in Livingston, we don't have inmates helping unload trash because we're worried about getting that back into the jail. But for the citizens' convenience, this Sunday, starting from 7 to 4 at Rickman, we're going to be open Sundays now at the convenience center. So, we're getting a lot more trash now than we ever have. A lot of people are at home cleaning out stuff. A lot more people are in drive-thrus eating, I guess, and so there's a lot more trash. So I think that might be handier for the people in the whole county. Plus Rickman's growing so much, we're going to be open, like I said, from now on from 7 to 4 at Rickman. So just thank everybody here in the school system and the chamber and everybody in the health department and the hospital. I know it seems like, the numbers have dropped off, and we didn't think we'd ever be down to this low number, but we're still hearing of people having it and still not out of the woods yet. So let's just keep wearing masks if you don't have fabric softener and get a vaccine. So thank you.
Thank you, County Executive Danner. Next we have is Ms. Shannon Cantrell.
Thank you, Curtis. We got some unemployment numbers in this morning, and I wanted to share that with everyone. Our unemployment rate for Overton County continues to be a little higher than what we would like to see it. For February 2021, that number came in at 5.3%. January 2021 was 5.1%. If you are looking for a job, there are a number of our manufacturers, as well as utilities, retail, and restaurants in Overton County currently hiring. If you need help locating any of this information, feel free to call me at the chamber. Check your local newspapers. I think a lot of these places are advertising weekly. Also check with jobs4tn.gov. That's jobs, the number 4, tn.gov, and also indeed.com. We are currently working on a new website at the chamber that will also have all of these same job postings available on it as well. So continue to check on that. Sales tax for February 2021 is up 26% from February 2020. So we're always a fan of people shopping local, and thank you again for that, and we ask that you just keep that up. And as a reminder, the Payroll Protection Program has been extended through May 31st. This loan can be forgiven if you follow the proper guidelines. Call your local bank to apply, or if you have questions, call me at the chamber. I'd be more than happy to help you how I can, or get you in contact with someone at our partners at the Small Business Development Center in Cookville. And that is all I have today, so thank y'all.
Thank you, Ms. Cantrell. Next, we have with us Mr. Scott Stevens from Overton County Health and Rehab Center. Scott.
Thank you, Mayor Hayes. Just to kind of piggyback a little bit on what Shannon said about jobs, we at Overton County Health and Rehab have a new CNA class forming this week. So you can come by and apply, and the CNA class, we actually hire you on as an employee, so you get paid while you're in the school, and you don't have any costs for books or testing, and we'll get you a job immediately after your completion of all the exams. So, at Overton County Health and Rehab, we're following the Centers for Disease Control recommendations for visitation. And currently, there's several ways for visitation to occur. The virtual visits, which we've been doing with FaceTime, or if you have the Google Duo app, we can set those up for you. Window visits, and the most popular with the nice weather are the outdoor visits. All the visits require you to set up an appointment to be scheduled, and you call Overton County Health and Rehab at 823-6403, and we'll get you on the schedule. At that time, when you call us, we'll also go over all the policies that go along with the different types of visits that you might be interested in. Let's see, so that's pretty easy to do. Just call 823-6403, tell them that, you know, we want to visit our grandmother, whoever it is, and we'll get you on the schedule. Testing, so now that the Centers for Disease Control positivity rate for Overton County is at 6.8, we are testing all employees once a week instead of twice a week when our positivity rate was above 10%. We're over 100 days COVID-free with all of our staff, so we just hope to continue that path and see that continuing as well. Do you have any questions from the media with us? No? All right, well, thank you for your time, Mayor Hayes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Scott. Next, we have with us Mr. David Cox from Livingston Regional Hospital. Come on up, Dave.
Thank you very much. At Livingston Regional Hospital, we are very glad to be able to open up visitation for our patients in our medical surge department. This allows an unlimited amount of visitors to be able to come into the hospital. Of course, we're still requiring masks, and we are also still requiring the temperature checks and the screening at the front of the hospital. But this is to be able to improve patient care and also with patient satisfaction during their stay in the hospital. We appreciate everyone who's already come and seen their loved ones. We're very glad to be able to offer this to the community. We are also glad to announce that our pastors will be resuming their chaplain duties in the hospital, coming and receiving that opportunity to be able to come in and see their congregation. And also we will have phone numbers listed and a chaplain on call for any and all patients that would require any of their services. So that's pretty much our update at Livingston Regional Hospital. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. As far as the city, you know, I just want to join Mr. Langford and Mr. Danner about please get your vaccination shots. If it's not for you, let it be for a loved one. As you heard Mr. Langford said, unfortunately, we still have 60 deaths that has already occurred on the count of COVID-19 just in Overton County. So I've had both of my shots. I've encouraged all my family, and they are in the process of either getting their second one or their first one. Now that it's open to everyone to get their vaccination shots, I think it is very important, especially if we would like to get back to some sense of normality that we had a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. Ball games, picnics, family reunions, church gatherings, school gatherings and things, ball games, and I probably said that twice, but I know that always has a large number of events. So I just want to encourage you, please, 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 please. If you need more information about it, if you feel uncomfortable about it, I'm sure that you can talk to your family physician, or you can make an appointment to talk to the local health department. We'll be glad to sit down with you and talk about that. I'm glad to see that our numbers are going down. Certainly glad to see our sales tax going up. But I want to join Ms. Cantrell in saying that if anyone is looking for a job, we've had the opportunity to go and visit most of our manufacturers, county executive, and Shannon and I have. And I'm proud to say all of them that we have talked to is in the process of hiring, interviewing, things like that. So if you're looking for a job, I think that you can find one. Again, if you need some help, you can contact Shannon. As far as the city is, everything that we have is open. Ball games will start playing in about a month from now. We'll have signups next week for all age group. It is truly this time going to be a summer league. So we're going to allow ball to play. We are going to open the city pool this year. The pool was shut down last year due to COVID. That we're going to open it up on Memorial Day weekend. So we will be taking some steps to make sure that everyone is safe and try to get as many of our lifeguards that is willing to be vaccinated as much as we possibly can. So that is the report from the city. And is there any questions? Ryan, you got any questions? Okay, I want to thank this panel once again. This has done an outstanding job. Thank you for being a part of this, and everyone have a good safe day, and God bless Overton County. Thank you.